The NBA All-Star Game is returning to its old format, pitting the Eastern Conference against the Western Conference this season. The theme this year is back to basketball.
There we go.
That's what Adam Silver told reporters on Wednesday. There will also no longer be a target score in the fourth quarter. Goodbye to the Elam ending, because the game is returning to just standard 12-minute, four-quarter basketball.
Pure basketball.
Is this a big deal at all? Are you happy with this decision? What do you think? I know we had already talked about it a little bit because Silver was tipping his hand, like on, I don't know, whatever show he was on. He was basically saying this was going to happen, but now it's official. What do you think?
I think it's fine. I guess I'm ambivalent to it. You know, it's like we're still going to be getting 24 to 30 players selected to the All-Star team.
Yeah.
The voting is the same. They did keep the charity aspect of it, so I guess they'll be keeping score for the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter as well to see who's getting donated to. I don't know. I guess they thought the Elam ending worked, and then it didn't work. So now they're just tying it into Indiana being one of the birthplaces of basketball. They're like, we're doing everything normal style. Yeah. Get rid of the three-point line then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Take it way back. Playing Converse.
Playing Converse.
Peach baskets.
Get some belts on your shorts.
Take it way back.
Way back.
Yeah. You're right. It's like, who really cares? All this comes down to is I think the NBA, this year more than any other year, because we got a brand new TV rights deal right around the corner. Hey, guys, stop fucking around and give us an entertaining game. At least a quarter in the All-Star game.
Exactly.
We need it now more than ever, okay? No Elam ending, no drafting, back to the old school East versus West, and we really need you guys to try. It's in your best interest. Put on a show, and it might help a little bit in terms of the more money you get in this potential deal that we already talked about. And it doesn't matter if it's Elam ending or Team LeBron versus Team Giannis or East versus... It doesn't matter. None of it matters unless they compete.
That's all that matters. Literally all that matters.
And so it's just really up to the leaders, I guess, in these locker rooms or all the guys to like, okay, yeah, let's give it a go. No one wants to get injured. Everybody understands that. It is an exhibition game, but it's a showcase for the league. Casuals tune into these things, or you want them to. And obviously big advertising money and all that. It's like you got to put on a show. So at least Silver's admitting, well, last year's was a joke. I mean, that was
he was embarrassed. It sounds
he
like.
Was, yeah. And honestly, he should be, and they all should be. So, I guess changing it, it's like whatever. It's like a reset. It's like the idea, like in their head, like, oh, we're resetting it. It's back to basketball. Remember when the All-Star Game was actually entertaining back in the '80s? Some games in the '90s. Do that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
What was the most competitive All-Star game?
Well, the one with the '90s one that sticks out was the Iverson Marbury one where they came back.
I thought that's like 2001 or something.
Oh, is that early 2000?
I mean,
okay,
still, that's like 20
right.
years ago.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it's been like 20 years of. I mean,
well, the most entertaining one was the first Elam ending one.
2020.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that worked, and everybody's like, "Oh, we fixed it.
We got to keep it.
We're done.
Yep.
We got it." And it's like, no, it turns out, and like I will admit, like we're asking them to play real basketball, quote unquote. Well, I watched a lot of real basketball last night, and guess what happened? There was a lot of blowouts.
It's true.
It's unfortunately happens.
It's true.
So outside of like telling the refs like, hey man, the East is down 16, get them back in the game. Start calling everything for the, like seriously, like It does happen. One team's hot, one team's not. But
Silver's got to turn on keep scores close for the All-Star game.
Yeah, rubber band this like
rubber
NBA Jam, man.
Exactly. No blowouts.
100%. But yeah, go ahead.
What do you think about people saying this should be USA versus the world?
I mean, again, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
I honestly doesn't matter. Sure, I'm not against it.
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, it feels like they might be going towards something like 1 year's that, 1 year's drafting, 1 year's normal. 1 year we play dodgeball. I don't know. Like put
it on a wheel.
Yeah, we'll spin it. Oh, don't do a wheel. No, do not do a wheel on All-Star Weekend. That did not work.
How about this though? Here's something I was thinking about. The All-Star Game was supposed to be in Indianapolis, 2021 season?
Oh yeah, they did it here in Atlanta. That's right.
They ended up doing it here in Atlanta instead, but they had clearly already made the uniforms for the Indiana All-Star Game. They were like blue and yellow. They were like Pacers 80s themed uniforms. So they can't do that again.
No.
This would be a perfect time for players to wear their own jerseys.
Yes.
People love to ask for that.
In fact, put them all in their City Edition jerseys.
All City Editions. You'll have no idea who anyone is.
Like, what? Who's on whose team? What do you think about them removing the draft element? I mean, I guess now that they're going East versus West, there's no real point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised, actually.
Was that a success? Was the NBA All-Star Game draft a success in your mind?
I remember some memorable moments. I
Yeah.
think so.
It maybe didn't live up to the expectations we had. Even
Yeah.
last year when they did the schoolyard pick,
Yeah.
which we had been like saying, oh, they got to do
In
that.
person, yeah.
And it was like the way they did it, the way it went down, it wasn't all that memorable.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mostly mean like, LeBron and Kevin Durant
Yeah.
talking trash
Yeah.
about James Harden, something like that.
There were some funny moments.
There were some fun moments, but I think probably from the league's perspective, they're like, it got stale. It's going to be LeBron and somebody else every single
I was
year.
going to
It's the
say,
same
LeBron
exact
like
people.
ruined it. He's
Yeah.
always the captain.
They're like, retire, man, so we can go back to the draft.
It should be like Survivor rules. Like you can't, well, actually, no, that would be the
How about
opposite.
like best coach rules, right? Like you can't coach the All-Star game 2 years in a row, right?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be able to be the captain 2 years in a row.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. With Survivor, you can't sit out 2 challenges in a row, but I meant the
Yeah,
opposite
sweet.
of that. You can't
Yeah.
actually be the captain 2 years in a row. But anyway, let's hear your thoughts. Do you care at all? Will you even be watching? I mean, I still love the All-Star game. I still love All-Star weekend. I'm a kid at heart, though. I'm an idiot, people tell me. They say, leave it alone. Enjoy your vacation. Nobody gives a shit. I do. I want to. Back to basketball, man.
Back to basketball.